The story of Daniel, faith, prophecy, and resilience in exile. The book of Daniel, a pivotal text within the Hebrew Bible and Christian Old Testament, presents a compelling narrative of faith, divine intervention, and prophetic vision against the backdrop of exile and shifting empires. The central figure, Daniel, is portrayed as a young Jewish man of noble lineage, carried into Babylonian captivity after the conquest of Jerusalem by King Nebuchadnezzar II in the early 6th century BCE. His story is not merely a historical account, but a profound exploration of unwavering devotion to God amidst pagan pressures, the power of interpretation, and the unfolding of divine sovereignty over human kingdoms. Daniel's journey begins in Jerusalem, where he is among the young men in whom there was no blemish but good-looking, gifted in all wisdom, possessing knowledge and quick to understand, who had ability to serve in the king's palace. Along with his three companions Hananiah, Mishael and Azariah, later given Babylonian names Shadrach, Meshach and Abednego, Daniel is chosen for a special training program designed to assimilate them into Babylonian court life. This involved learning the language and literature of the Chaldeans and consuming the king's rich food and wine. However, Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's delicacies, nor with the wine which he drank. This early act of defiance, rooted in his commitment to Jewish dietary laws and perhaps a broader refusal to compromise his religious identity, sets the tone for his character. He requests a diet of vegetables and water, and when, after 10 days, he and his friends appear healthier than those who ate the king's provisions, their request is granted. This initial test establishes Daniel's integrity and God's favor, as God gave them knowledge and skill in all literature and wisdom, and Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams. Daniel's exceptional wisdom soon becomes evident when King Nebuchadnezzar is troubled by a dream he cannot recall, demanding that his wise men not only interpret it but also reveal the dream itself. Failure to do so would result in their execution. When the Chaldean astrologers and sorcerers confess their inability, Daniel, through divine revelation, steps forward. He prays with his companions, and God reveals the mystery to him in a night vision. Daniel then stands before the king, attributing the revelation solely to God. He recounts Nebuchadnezzar's dream of a colossal statue with a head of gold, chest and arms of silver, belly and thighs of bronze, legs of iron and feet of iron mixed with clay. He interprets this statue as representing a succession of world empires: Babylon, gold, followed by Medo-Persia, silver, Greece, bronze, and a strong but divided kingdom, iron and clay, ultimately to be shattered by a stone cut without human hands, which grows into a great mountain, symbolizing God's eternal kingdom. This interpretation not only saves the lives of the wise men, but elevates Daniel and his companions to positions of great authority within the Babylonian administration. The narrative continues to highlight the unwavering faith of Daniel's companions. When Nebuchadnezzar erects a massive golden idol and commands all to worship it, Shadrach, Meshach and Abednego refuse, declaring their allegiance to their God alone, even if it means death in a fiery furnace. Their miraculous deliverance from the flames, with a fourth figure like the Son of God, Daniel 3:25, appearing among them, profoundly impacts Nebuchadnezzar, who then issues a decree honoring their God. Daniel's role as a divine interpreter extends to two more of Nebuchadnezzar's dreams, both foretelling the king's temporary madness and humiliation, which come to pass precisely as Daniel predicted. This further solidifies Daniel's reputation as a man uniquely connected to the divine. The narrative shifts to the reign of Belshazzar, Nebuchadnezzar's successor, who holds a lavish feast, profaning the sacred vessels taken from the temple in Jerusalem. During the feast, a mysterious hand appears, writing an enigmatic message on the wall: Mene, Mene, Tekel, Upharsin. Once again the Babylonian wise men are stumped. Daniel, now an old man, is summoned. He boldly rebukes Belshazzar for his arrogance and sacrilege, then interprets the writing: Mene, God has numbered your kingdom and finished it. Tekel, you have been weighed in the balances and found wanting. Paris, your kingdom has been divided and given to the Medes and Persians. That very night Babylon falls to Darius the Mede, fulfilling Daniel's prophecy. Under Darius, Daniel continues to prosper, rising to such prominence that the king considers setting him over the entire kingdom. This success, however, incites jealousy among other administrators and satraps who plot against him. Knowing Daniel's unwavering devotion, they persuade Darius to issue an edict forbidding prayer to any god or man except the king for 30 days. Daniel, true to his character, continues his daily prayers, openly defying the decree. He is consequently thrown into a den of lions, a punishment from which Darius, despite his affection for Daniel, cannot save him due to the immutable laws of the Medes and Persians. Yet God once again intervenes, sending an angel to shut the lions' mouths. Daniel emerges unharmed, leading Darius to issue another decree, commanding reverence for Daniel's God throughout his kingdom. Beyond these captivating narratives of court intrigue and divine intervention, the Book of Daniel also contains profound apocalyptic visions that form a significant part of its legacy. These visions, presented in chapters 7-12, describe a succession of empires represented by various beasts, an Ancient of Days figure, and the coming of one like a son of man, who receives an everlasting kingdom. These prophecies, particularly the 70 weeks prophecy in chapter 9, have been extensively interpreted throughout history, especially within Christian theology, as foretelling the coming of the Messiah and the end times. While their precise interpretation remains a subject of ongoing scholarly debate, they underscore Daniel's role as a recipient of divine revelation concerning the future of human history and God's ultimate triumph. The story of Daniel is, at its core, a testament to the power of faith and resilience in the face of adversity. He is a model of integrity, wisdom, and unwavering devotion to God, even when it means risking his life. His ability to interpret dreams and visions, and his reception of complex prophecies, position him as a unique figure in biblical literature. The book's themes of divine sovereignty over human empires, the ultimate triumph of God's kingdom, and the importance of faithfulness in exile have resonated across centuries, offering hope and guidance to communities facing persecution or living in challenging circumstances. Daniel's life, from a captive youth to a revered statesman and prophet, continues to inspire believers and fascinate scholars, cementing his place as one of the most enduring figures in religious and literary history.